에라는 싫어. 똥만이가 안 했으면 좋겠어. 뭐를 막 불사르니 나발이니 개소리는 안 했으면 좋겠어. 힝. 응?
Some K-drama actors don't need big scenes to break your heart. Just one look says it all. Here are 12 of the most talented Korean actors who can wreck you with a single glance. Let's kick things off with Kim seon-ho. One glance, one little shift in his eyes, one dimpled smile, and boom, you're hooked.
대체 그쪽 정체가 뭐냐고.
나? 홍반장.
In Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha, even in the very early episodes, fans couldn't help but swoon over that mischievous yet warm smile he throws at Shin Min-ah. Sure, his character acted chill and aloof on the surface, but those subtle looks, they told a different story. You could literally see the interest blooming in his eyes before his character even admitted it. That's the kind of nuanced acting that rom-com slow burn dreams are made of.
내가 서달미 씨를 좋아해요.
Now, let's talk about startup. As Han Ji-pyong, he was the guy watching from the sidelines, loving silently, always just a little too late. But it was the way he looked at Susie's character, from afar, with so much restrained emotion, that made us all scream. Then came When Life Gives You Tangerines, and that viral wedding scene. When he sees his bride for the first time, his eyes widen with love, wonder, and a hint of disbelief, and then he makes her laugh with just his face. That moment was so powerful, it sparked a global TikTok challenge. Fans and even non-fans tried to recreate that look because that's how captivating it was. Just one expression, and he had the whole world swooning. Next up, we've got Kim Hye-yoon, and if anyone deserves a crown for expressive acting, it's her. Let's rewind to Sky Castle.
이게 진짜 너 내가 모르는 줄 알아? 아빠가 누군지도 모르는 미혼모 딸 주제에 어디서 깝쳐.
As Kang Ye-seo, the privileged but pressure-cooked student, Kim Hye-yoon played a high achiever constantly teetering on the edge. One glare, one eye twitch, and boom, you felt every ounce of her desperation to win and the emotional toll it was taking. Then she totally flipped the vibe in Extraordinary You, playing Yoon-bin, a bubbly, quirky high schooler who discovers she's just a side character in a comic book. This is where she really flexed her range. Her face could go from giddy and clueless to heartbroken and rebellious in seconds. Iconic. Need proof she can go dark? Look at Snowdrop. That cold, calculating stare had us all boiling. And in The Girl on a Bulldozer, she brought unhinged, rough-around-the-edges chaos to life, completely selling the role of a tough, troublemaking daughter, despite her petite frame and innocent looks. Now, in My Lovely Runner, Kim Hye-yoon delivers a performance that's whimsical and heart-wrenching. In a single scene, she can shift from hopeful to terrified to hopelessly in love and make you feel every bit of it. Now let's talk about Park Ji-hoon, aka the quiet storm of K-drama emotions. The audience simply can't get enough of this guy's brilliance when it comes to expressing complicated emotions with just his face. He doesn't need dramatic outbursts or long monologues. He just looks into the camera with those intense, sparkling eyes, and boom, your heart's already in shambles. Let's start with his knockout performance in Weak Hero Class 1 and 2. Seriously, he owned that role.
부탁이다. 부탁한다고.
As Yeon-seun, he carried so much anger, resentment, loneliness, and desperation in his expressions, often without saying a single word. The twitch of his jaw, the tightness around his eyes, that stare that said, "I'm fine," when he was anything but. It was haunting. But don't let the angst fool you. Park Ji-hoon's range is unreal. In Love Revolution, he gave us full-on love-struck fool energy with nothing but bright eyes and cheeky grins.
자리만, 이건 오해.
따라하면 뭐가지 따버린다.
His expressions were so adorably awkward and endearing, you just wanted to squish him. That kind of teenage giddy innocence. Not easy to pull off authentically, but he nailed it. Park Ji-hoon has that rare gift. He can make you feel everything without saying anything. Next up is Shin Ye-sun, a true master of expression who thrives no matter the genre. Whether she's playing a lovesick soul or a chaos queen, her face says it all. In See You in My 19th Life, the longing in her eyes alone was enough to tell the story.
문사가 타고 싶은 건 이건데 여기로 와야죠.
Every look, every subtle smile carried the weight of her past lives and the love she never forgot. Then, in Still 17, she completely transforms into a girl emotionally frozen at age 17. Her innocence, confusion, and wonder, delivered with wide eyes and shy expressions, were so genuine you could feel it. And who could forget her legendary performance in Mr. Queen?
아니 이게 내가 일부러 그런 게 아니라 아까부터 속이
She brought hilarious chaos and brilliant comedic timing, all with exaggerated yet grounded expressions. That deadpan, I can't believe this is my life face, iconic. And even amidst the comedy, she delivered emotional depth with just a teary glance or a flicker of fear. She also proved her edge in dramas like Following and The Brave Citizen, where her sharp, fearless expressions showed a whole different level of strength. Now, let's talk about Kang Ha-neul, the king of laid-back charm and low-key emotional gut punches. He might come off as your friendly neighborhood guy next door, but behind that easygoing vibe is a serious master of expression polished by years of theater experience. In When the Camellia Blooms, he had us all swooning as the sweet, sincere cop.
원래가 히어로는 막판이다.
His eyes were practically heart-shaped whenever he looked at Gong Hyo-jin's character. And without saying a word, you felt his love, loyalty, and even heartbreak. Flip that to Insider and Forgotten, and he goes into full dark mode. Haunted stares, silent breakdowns, and raw vulnerability that hits like a punch to the gut. Now, with his latest romantic comedy, Tastefully Yours, fans are praising him all over again for his pitch-perfect expressions. One moment he's got us laughing out loud with a well-timed reaction shot, the next he hits us with a swoony smile that feels like a direct attack on our hearts. His micro-expressions just get rom-coms. He brings charm, humor, and chemistry in a way that feels effortless. Now, let's take a moment for Kim Ji-won, the queen of subtle power. She doesn't need dramatic monologues or over-the-top gestures. One look, one blink, one quiet sigh, and you feel everything. What makes her so captivating is how she lets her face do the talking. Whether it's heartbreak, determination, or that quiet hope in her eyes, her expressions are always precise and real. You see it, you believe it.
오빠. 그놈의 오빠. 그좀 하지 말라고.
In Fight for My Way, she plays a woman fighting for her dreams and her dignity, and every moment with her felt lived in. Then there's My Liberation Notes. Minimal dialogue, max emotional damage, her expression while silently craving freedom and connection, hauntingly relatable. It's that restrained sadness and yearning that hits so close to home. She also nails elegance with fire in Queen of Tears.
사실은 기억이 안 나. 기억이 하나도 안 나. 내가 왜 거기 있었는지.
Where she goes from cold, composed chaebol to someone barely holding herself together, and her facial shifts are chef's kiss. Even when she's trying to stay strong, her eyes betray the storm underneath. And that breakdown scene? Painful because she never overdoes it. Just subtle trembles and silent tears. That's real acting. Up next is im-siwan. He may not always be the loudest in the room, but when it comes to acting with his eyes, micro-expressions, and the tiniest emotional shifts, he's playing in a league of his own. In Mi-sang, his portrayal of rookie office worker Jang Go-rae is still the blueprint. He captured the crushing weight of corporate life, quiet desperation, and flickers of hope through subtle, near-invisible beats. Then came Strangers from Hell, and he completely flipped the script. That calm, almost blank stare, slowly unraveling into full-blown paranoia and terror, absolutely chilling. The moment his character's moral compass starts to slip, you literally see the madness creeping in, second by second, right on his face. And then there's Boyhood, where im-siwan shows us he can do comedy too, without even trying. His clumsy attempts to assert dominance despite his weak and frail frame, hilarious. Those socially awkward smiles, comedy gold. He made us laugh not by exaggerating, but by staying completely in character, blending awkwardness with sincerity in a way that felt effortlessly real. Whether he's breaking your heart, giving you goosebumps, or making you laugh at his awkward bravado, Im-siwan proves over and over that quiet brilliance speaks the loudest. Okay, now let's talk about Park Bo-young. Tiny, but mighty, and a facial expression goddess if there ever was one. She has this rare ability to make you cry, laugh, and fall head over heels in love, sometimes all in the same scene. In Strong Woman Do Bong Soon, she was a rom-com dream. Her eyes sparkled with mischief one second and welled up with heartbreak the next. The way she'd smile shyly when she's with Park Hyung-sik's character, pure magic. Then came Doom at Your Service, where her performance took a softer, more emotional turn. As a character grappling with illness and fate, her vulnerability felt so real. No need for grand breakdowns, just trembling smiles and quiet tears that broke all our hearts. But perhaps one of her most powerful performances yet? Daily Dose of Sunshine.
여기는 커튼도 없어. 그래서 다른 병동보다는 아침이 제일 빨리 와.
As Da-eun, a psychiatric nurse who faces mental health struggles head-on, Park Bo-young showed a whole new depth. Her empathetic gaze, the emotional exhaustion behind her polite smile, and the quiet breakdowns. Every expression was honest and raw. Now, let's give it up for Park Eun-bin, because when it comes to precision acting and emotional depth, she's in a league of her own. Seriously, this woman can switch from stoic to shattered in 0.3 seconds, and all she needs is her face. In Extraordinary Attorney Woo, she absolutely owned the role of Woo Young-woo. It wasn't just about portraying someone on the autism spectrum, it was about conveying layers of emotion beneath the surface. The micro-expressions? Off the charts. From the subtle way her eyes would shift when she felt left out, to the joy bursting from her smile when she made a breakthrough, every moment felt lived in and real. And then you've got her stunning transformation in The King's Affection. Playing two roles, a disguised crown prince and a grieving twin, Park Eun-bin had to communicate so much while staying composed and in control. And now, with her latest project, Hyperknife,
면허도 없는 의사가 병원도 아닌 데서 그것도 뇌수술.
Park Eun-bin is once again blowing us away. This time as an unhinged doctor with a few screws delightfully loose. The way she portrays obsession and reckless intensity, absolutely chilling and weirdly addictive. Whether she's playing a royal in disguise, a legal genius with a unique mind, or now a dangerously brilliant doctor spiraling into obsession, Park Eun-bin keeps proving that she doesn't need flashy dialogue or big gestures. Okay, let's be real. Leaving Ji Chang-wook off this list would definitely raise some red flags with you, and honestly, fair enough. So here he is. And trust us, he deserves his spot. Ji Chang-wook is one of those actors who can say 1,000 words with just one look. Whether he's the cold-blooded action hero, the wounded lover, or the guy trying really hard not to fall in love but failing miserably, his face always tells a story. In his rom-coms, the man is a walking heartthrob. Think Suspicious Partner, Melting Me Softly, and Welcome to Samdal-ri. His playful smirks, flustered glances, and those soft, lovesick eyes, absolutely illegal. Now switch gears to his emotional dramas, like Love Struck in the City. This is where Ji Chang-wook dials it all down to something more intimate and real. He didn't need big breakdowns. Just a look, a sigh, a flicker in his eyes, and we felt everything. And of course, you can't talk about Ji Chang-wook without bringing up his action-packed thrillers, because this man was built for intensity. In Healer, The K2, and The Worst of Evil, he brings both the physicality and the emotional tension. One second he's delivering flawless combat sequences, the next he's silently unraveling with guilt, rage, or love. His expressions never miss a beat, even in the middle of chaos. Up next, if you only know Lim Ji-yeon as that terrifyingly composed yet explosively evil school bully in The Glory, then buckle up.
폭언이나 혹은 폭행한 적 있어?
기어이 여는구나. 상자를.
because this woman is not a one-note villain. She's a micro-expression powerhouse who can switch emotions mid-scene and still make it look natural. In The Glory, her portrayal of Park Yeon-jin was chillingly brilliant. The way she could shift from smug superiority to cold panic with just her eyes? Unreal. One moment, she's smirking like she owns the world. The next, she's unraveling in fear and rage, all while maintaining this scary level of control. That scene where her mask finally cracks, no overacting, just a twitch of her jaw and that wild, desperate gaze. Iconic. She even bagged the Best Supporting Actress award at the Baeksang Arts Awards for it, and rightly so. Now fast forward to her latest role in The Tale of Lady Ok, and whew, she flipped the switch completely. As Lady Ok, she's all elegance and pain, playing a woman navigating the murky world of revenge and survival during the Joseon era. Her subtle expressions carry years of suppressed grief, love, and longing. There's a haunting softness in her eyes that's so different from her cold stare in The Glory, but just as powerful. And lastly, Park Bo-gum, the ultimate face of subtlety. This man doesn't need loud lines or over-the-top breakdowns. His face does the talking. Just the way his eyes soften, his lips tighten ever so slightly, or how he tilts his head in thought. It's also intentional and packed with meaning. His micro-expressions? Basically poetry in motion. Let's rewind to Reply 1988. That quiet, brooding look he gives as Choi Taek when he's processing his feelings for Deok-sun, it hit fans like a truck. He barely said anything, but the entire world knew that boy was in love. Then there's Love in the Moonlight, where he plays a crown prince torn between duty and desire.
어디를 다녀온 것이냐?
이 판의 말대로 기방도 가고 도박장에도 갔습니다, 전하.
That slight hesitation before every word, the flicker of pain in his smile when he hides his feelings. That's what slow-burn K-drama dreams are made of. Even his playful scenes feel layered, like he's always balancing joy with a tinge of longing. But if you really want to see Park Bo-gum at his most powerful, watch him in When Life Gives You Tangerines.
내가 너를 못 살게 해?
As Yang Gwan-sik, he delivers what many now call a career-defining performance. Quiet, steady, deep. He plays a devoted husband and father with so much emotional weight that even his silences feel loud. The way he conveys heartbreak, loyalty, and love, all through micro-movements and soft gazes, is just next level. Click on this video to find out whether just because these actors can act with just a single eyebrow raise, does that automatically land them a spot in our top 100 most talented actors list? Let's see who made the cut.